small talk is irrelevant. Gonna kill an elephant. Niggas look fly and they bitches look elegant. Let the birds fly like a pelican. From NY out to Maryland. Be more careful, them little niggas are in. Tattoo tears over here if you dare to. Yeah. Wax out the trip, racks off of other shit, max with the hippies. Mac out the window if niggas are act iffy. M's off the piffy, shit is getting sticky like Jiffy. Hood gon' cry if they hit me. I'm a real ass nigga, get with me. Cushion the grinder, my look is designer. My dope is raw like it got cooked in China. Always on some other shit. Even the hating niggas is loving it. 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 Fuck all the whole ass niggas and fuck the government. Even the hating niggas is loving
it. They need to be better shoveling. We might not even have been able to get out of there if other cars wouldn't have been.
Yeah, that was close. Oh, my seatbelt. So sorry.
Good morning, y'all. We're going to get breakfast and get cigarettes.
Yeah.
Our staycation is today.
Yeah.
We might do an episode, maybe, depending on.
Probably.
You know, we probably will. We'll be chilling.
You always say, I'm going to take the weekend off.
And then don't.
And then we find something fun to talk about.
Mm-hmm. So we're just trying to figure out. Well, we can go bust 100 down this early in the morning, too. Oh, we haven't even figured that out yet.
Like if...
We're not going to McDonald's. We're going to try to have discipline.
If 7-Eleven doesn't take it, then I'll just use my card. I notice a lot of places will not take hundreds.
Right? It's like they need to stop making them. Maybe 50 should be the... Well, people are counterfeiting $1 bills now and 5s and shit. And I think I think a person can tell if you've ever like gotten a counter. Because how are you gonna know if you get a counterfeit? Like you go to the store, get change back from somebody, and it's know they give you singles back. But I think I can tell like when I go to the change machine to get quarters, and it won't take the dollar. And the dollar won't be old or wrinkled or nothing, and it won't take it. That might mean it's a fake.
I don't know.
Because then the other ones, it'll take the other ones, and they'll be all in the same condition.
Oh, I could go this way.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're on where are we on Humboldt?
I normally don't like going straight because the road is so weird. But I know you like that path.
I usually go straight. And y'all can make a right turn on right too if there's no one coming. If there's no sign, you're fine.
Right.
Because so many times I'll be behind somebody and we'll be at a red light. There's no traffic going the opposite way, you know what I mean? And they still won't make their right turn. Because the sign, if you can't make a right turn, it'll always say, no right turn when pedestrians are present.
I don't even think this particular street is plowed.
They ain't even plowed this, no. The only plowing are the cars driving through here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when it stops snowing.
I wonder what the coyotes do when it's all like this.
I think they just go in their little den
and just hide out, and they probably try to catch little mices and shit running through there.
Or just wait.
Because I haven't heard them howling in a couple of days.
Since it started snowing.
Mm-hmm. And maybe because it's just super cold too. Them coyotes don't got thick furs, thick coats. They only weigh about 30, 40 pounds.
Oh my God.
River West Food Accelerator.
These apartments, I don't know. Oh, cool. Thanks, boss.
Yeah, that's because the cars have to wait behind that bus because it's just one lane over here on North Avenue and Humboldt area.
The street is so
So how was y'all Valentine's? I'm like, wait for an answer.
Right.
Ours
what
was
if
good.
a creepy voice from the back seat said, "Fine, how was yours?"
I'd be like, what the fuck?
Right.
AI!
Right. I was going to watch an AI movie last night, but it looked like a lot of people would be screaming. So I was like, no, because you were sleeping.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't feel like dealing with people, homeless people right now. I ain't shitting on homeless people, but I don't feel like getting asked for money right now and all that shit right now. I just don't feel like it. None of y'all don't be feeling like it either. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I tell people though? I know 9 times out of 10 I give people, if I could have a few singles on me, and that might be the only little few singles I have other than the card. I'll give it to somebody. I'll give it to them, like whatever. But if I only have a card, I just tell people that. They'll be like, hey, can I get, I'll be like, I got a card. I'll like kind of show the card to a little bit.
Oh.
Like I'm paying with a card, because then at that point they're like, hey, can you pull a few dollars off for me? Oh man, you're asking too much now. Or when they ask you for a cigarette and a light.
Right. Obviously you don't smoke if you don't have a lighter.
Right. But at the same time, if they need a cigarette, they probably ain't got no lighter. So you got to kind of just know that you're going to have to get them a light too.
I guess.
Because they'll ask for one, and I'll be like, you need a light too? Oh, yeah, man, I forgot it. You ain't got to say you forgot no lighter. You ain't got one. Here, I've given people my lighter too before. Remember when I gave
I kind of don't want it back.
Yeah.
Remember
when I gave
sweatshirt to the homeless guy?
Literally gave the sweatshirt off my back to a homeless person.
Yes.
Literally.
It was one of our first dates.
That was one of our first dates.
Have you ever eaten there at Hooligans?
At Hooligans?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Their food was pretty good.
Yep. I had some nachos there, I remember.
The burgers are good. Okay.
Uh-oh. Try this gas station. This gas station always smells like dookie when we go inside. They start off here. So, see, they're going to keep this, what is this, Whole Foods?
Yeah.
They're going to keep the Whole Food parking lot cleared and ready to roll. Because the white people come through here.
Oh, my God.
The rich whites around over here and shit, and the people that work in the hospital, they'll be probably coming through here bright and early in the morning to get snacks. Oh, man, we ain't even going to be able to get through there, baby. We're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck. Oh, my gosh, you made it. That didn't look promising.
It did not, but we did it.
It smells like dookie in there. You want a mask? I'm telling you, because the bathroom is right by where you go in. Here, I'm going to come in with you.
Okay.
Because we might, here, you want me to, are we going to try to use the 100?
We can.
Yeah, it smells like dookie in this one. Farwell Food Mart. They're pretty friendly and stuff and shit like that, but like watch when you walk in.
Okay.
It always smells like dude just came out the bathroom from taking a shit. Always. It smells like a mix of dookie and incense. Don't it? Ooh, what should we, is there any little things we should grab?
Oh, it does smell like shit back here.
Huh?
It smells like food back here.
I told you, it does. I'm like, damn, man.
Keys, you need to travel long distance.
All right, let's see. Oh, man. Yep, I just wanted to confirm with Michelle. Yeah, it smells like dookie bookie in here.
You want
I says we should have put
water?
Sure, we should have put a mask on. Mask on.
I just want to get out of here quickly.
Yeah, get out of here. We should just use the card.
Yeah.
Because they ain't going to be able to break no 100, and if he don't, I don't feel like arguing.
For sure. You want some extra?
No, those ones are horrible.
Oh, okay.
The blunt life.
Hi. Can I have 2 packs of Newport 100s? Newport 100s, 2.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, it stunk in there, didn't it, baby?
Yeah.
Yep, I gotta hold my nose when I go in there sometimes.
Like your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, so we went and got cigarettes and stuff.
It's kind of nice to get it out of the way.
Yep. We're listening to 91.7, y'all. The Standard Apartments. Yeah, we're thinking about moving, y'all. We're just like thinking about it. We haven't like, it's like 50-50.
Like, I don't want to.
I don't either. That's the thing. Like,
we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like when we moved in, we didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
Because I left everything at the house and then we bought.
Yeah.
But now it's like, damn, that is a lot of
We
shit.
do have a lot of stuff.
I'd have to hire movers. There's no way I'm moving all that shit by myself.
Mm-mm.
You know? I mean, I wouldn't be back. That coffee's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breakfast time, y'all.
Yeah, see, they don't accept patients or hummus. Thanks.
Oh. Oh, must be love.
I should ask her for a food tray. Thank you.
A food tray?
Or a cup tray.
Oh.
Because we have the 2 waters, too.
Well, I can put them right here.
Okay.
I moved the other ones we had.
Got it.
Yeah, we bought 2 packs, so we ain't got to be going out scavenging for cigarettes early in the morning.
Hi.
1 coffee.
Thank you.
2 coffees. What if that was it and they didn't give us our food?
Right, that's going to be hard to get out.
What, baby?
The coffee.
Oh.
Well, you have long fingers.
Yep. Yep, I got gorilla hands.
Your hands are unusually strong.
I do have some.
They are.
My hands are pretty strong.
The coffee smells delicious.
Coffee smells good as hell. We ain't telling y'all where we went. It's not McDonald's. I'll tell you that. We almost did go there, though. But we have discipline. And we were going to go to 7-Eleven, but I just don't feel like getting asked for stuff. And sometimes, there was a couple times I went in there. Like one time I went in there, it was a couple weeks ago maybe. I went in, there was a lady in front of me. She was like getting ringed up. And then she was done. She left. I was right behind her. I wasn't like walking around looking. And then so as soon as they got done ringing her up, dude, like he was behind the counter still, and he just went and started doing something else, like behind the counter. And I was just standing there. I'm like, okay, oh, maybe he's coming right back. Maybe he just went to grab, you know what I mean, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna come right back because I'm the next customer, and I'm the most important thing right now. Nope. He was just doing, and then I was just standing there. It turned into probably maybe about a minute and a half, and I just walked out. Because I could feel myself, you know what I mean? Because if I would have been like, hey, man, like, and then that's a potential argument. So I avoided all that and just walked out. And just stewed to myself. I think I talked about it on the podcast. I did. I was telling them, like, man, I was next. He saw me. It wasn't like I was walking around when he, you know what I mean? To where he was like, oh, okay, maybe dude ain't ready. Let me go and just do this real quick. I was standing in line.
He could have said, I'll be with you in 1 minute.
Right. Even that, he shouldn't say that. He should deal with me next unless there's a fire or some shit.
If it was something that couldn't wait, you know what I mean?
Well, then they need to be better staffed.
But even just to say, I'll be with you in a minute.
I would have been like, cool. Right.
That you're standing there.
But what should you have to finish next? Because you just rung her up.
I don't know. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, the polite thing would have been, hey, I'll be with you in 1 minute, guys.
Right, communication. Right, because then I would have just waited. Right. I would have been like, oh, I would have still in my mind been like, no, that should wait, whatever you're doing, but I wouldn't have said it. I would have appreciated that and I would have just stood there and waited.
Right.
But yeah, it was nothing, and that's why I walked out. And then when I left, when I was in the car and pulling, I could see him like looking out the window and talking to whoever he was talking to.
Thank you.
And he was just sitting. You could tell they were like talking like, I wonder why dude just walked out. You'll figure it out.
Right.
They probably figured it out, and he was probably like, oh, he was probably waiting, and then dude was probably like, oh, well, I had to do this. No, you didn't. Is the place on fire? Because that's happened before, too, where, like, I'll come in there and someone would be, like, stocking stuff or doing stuff, like, you know, not behind the counter. And then it's almost like you feel like you're bothering them when you come in there. It's just like, well, I get it. You might be the only one here, but that's not my issue.
And, like, don't you think your first instinct, for whatever reason, is like, oh, I'm sorry. And you're like, wait, why am I apologizing?
Right.
I'm the customer.
Exactly. Yep, and I've said that before, like when they got stopped what they're doing and they got to go behind the counter to like help me, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, my bad, not my bad, but I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, and they'll be like, oh, it's okay, and you're just like,
you're like, yeah, it is okay.
Right, like I shouldn't have to. Right, I'm a customer. Like I didn't tell you to take this job. I didn't tell.
Right.
It's not my fault that. Oh, you're about to ride right over that. Oh, good one. It ain't my fault that, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't staff properly or that someone decided they didn't want to come in to work or... Like, you gotta, like, become an actor or an actress sometimes when you go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you may not really want to fucking be there for whatever the reason is.
Right.
But yeah, you gotta turn it on. You gotta pull out that Oscar performing actress or actor when you're at work for that time.
Ooh, good luck getting out of that spot. Yeah, do you ever notice, like, you apologize, like, basically for existing?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Like, for no reason. It's like, oh, sorry for what? I guess sorry for existing.
Right.
Sorry
me for living.
Sorry for being in your space.
Right.
You know? It's just like an instinct.
Mm-hmm. We had talked about that, remember, with Aunt Barbara?
Or like somebody cuts you off and you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Whoa. You're like, no, I'm not sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, your attitude is shit.
New York at that time, 1950.
Yeah, people got to read the room better.
Apparently there was a big...
I'd be okay with there not being like actual people in customer service like type things, as long as however they were doing it ran smooth still.
I was just going to say, like, if you're relying on, you know, like the self-checkout, that was all great.
Right.
Until, like, the self-checkout doesn't work.
Right.
And then, like, you can't get a human to help you.
Mm-hmm. Or they don't want to, or they act like they don't work there and shit. I had someone, remember I told you that at Home Depot? A few years ago, I went in there, I was looking for something. And I was like, do you work here? And she was like, no. And then, like, a few minutes later, I saw her helping somebody. Like, you fucking...
See, and I would have probably been tempted to go up to her and go, I thought you didn't work here.
I was, like, literally leaving.
Oh.
I was literally walking out, and she was ringing somebody up.
Oh, my God.
Behind the thing, yep. I'm like, this fucking bitch. Sorry, y'all. That was some bitch shit.
For sure.
I'm like, this lady just told me she don't work here and shit. Like... a handful of minutes ago.
Oh, our plow person just showed up.
Because I ended up walking around looking for whatever I needed, and I ended up finding it. And then when I was checking out, and then I was just happened to, and I was like, that's the same lady and shit.
Oh my God.
But you know, like, I gotta keep it cool though.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, y'all gotta consider that. Why everyone's talking about life is this and like, y'all don't know life is tough. Don't let me say that. But I'm saying, like, y'all don't have to worry about little shit like that. I can't even get into a dispute about change. I have to worry about somebody calling the police. What? That is, no, it ain't, dude. And you didn't give me my change. Or you, yes, I did. And then they get the attitude right. You want me to call the, like, damn.
Right.
So I gotta, you know, I always try to just avoid worrying about that shit. Damn, they're backing out fast. I hope they can see what's behind them. Okay, y'all, they got a rear view mirror. At least they're plowing it out with the salt dog. Is that what the truck's called?
Yeah.
The salt dog.
I'll just wait here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, like the front walkway, totally slushy and gross.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, don't these maintenance people fucking live here?
That's what I'm saying. They just don't care because it'll be early and shit, and then ain't nobody here telling them to get up and do that shit.
No.
And then, you know, when Tuesday comes, when the person comes that works here, everyone's complained and shit.
And then she's like, I'm not the manager.
Right.
Write a complaint to an unknown Gmail account.
Right.
Because that's what you, like, submitted.
No, Gmail account.
Yeah. And then you never hear back from anyone.
They're walking out with the beer. Her dog's got a case of beer in his hand at 6:40 in the morning. What you walking out with a case of beer for, dog? Maybe they didn't drink. Maybe he bought that. Maybe there was like a little party or something. He bought that and it never got drank. He's taking it home. I hope they ain't about to be going nowhere drinking at 6:40 in the morning.
$16.
Yeah, two whites, a white adult female and a white adult male coming out the building and shit with it looked like a 12-pack of Miller Lite. I don't know why they're doing that this early. 6:40.
Maybe they're
crazy.
leaving to go somewhere
And drink.
for the weekend.
Because that's all he had in his hand. He probably ain't, that's crazy as hell. Day's gonna be ruined. They're gonna be toasted. Unless he's just trying to get her drunk.
Oh
He might be trying to get drunk.
Or, like you said, maybe they went to a party in the building.
Because neither of them look like they washed up.
Oh my God.
The lady looked like she just got up and threw the sweatpants on that were just laying on the floor. They looked all, you could tell. She was coming out, she was like all digging in her eyes and stuff, like, I'll be making Michelle laugh. Look at you. I wish y'all could see your face.
You're ridiculous sometimes. I love you, but you're ridiculous. Like, you have an entire story made up, or like an entire conversation. Those I love. The conversation never happened, never will. And like, you have like a word for word transcript
You don't think
of like a conversation.
You don't think what I was just saying might have took place? You don't. I bet you that girl didn't wash her mouth. Came out the house.
Oh my God.
Peace and blessings, y'all. It's Saturday, February 15th, 2025, y'all. Yeah. Hope life's treating everyone well, and I hope your Valentine's Day went well if you partaked. Let's get to this episode. Enjoy the music, the clips, and the content. And this is DVJ&MICHELLE, and this is the Cold World Podcast coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, y'all. All right, let's get to it.
Yes, well, get it in the hand about the gun, 'cause everybody got a pistol. Everybody got a 45. Yeah, but not men seem to be at least as near as I can see. Other folks give up, I give up, say.
Say Gil Scott here, and y'all go check out that Black Wax on the YouTubes. It's a movie / concert, all that kind of talks political stuff too. You know, Gil Scott Heron they used to call him the original rapper.
Just ain't just special. Freedom to be a fate is all you want. You said you don't want to be next man, have a family to protect. 9 out of 10, you need a friend, you call it gun. And everybody got a pistol. Everybody got a 45.
We'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
Going crazy, late 80s, and I'm still insane from the streets. If you listen closely, you can hear the train. Listen, my man got me vexed like fuck a friendship. Throw 80 at a nigga Mercedes and watch the Benz flip. My coach told me I was a loser and wouldn't win shit. Now I got twin chicks on my dick begging the French kiss. Still got my gym star, deflate all that gym shit. $150, work your face out, permanent grin shit. I used to keep a negative vibe, was on some grin shit. Skip a little work off the top, I used to paint shit. I just got off of jail, call an hour long. Feds be listening, so we kicking it with the shower on. These niggas acid, I'm cocaine in powder form. Watch his body drop, then we pulled off, knocking firestorm. Yellow butter soft, I'm feeling like Ike Love. Everybody pulling with chopper shit like a white club.
Stash house, pitbull, cameras at the corner store. It's hard for you to get through. I don't like your energy, I don't deal with suckers. You hate us and we hate you, suck dick, motherfuckers. Niggas got a good pull. Stash house, pitbull, cameras at the corner store. It's hard for you to get through. I don't like your energy, we don't deal with suckers. You hate us and we hate you, suck dick, motherfuckers. Shit.
Waste to the title, nigga, I smoke your idol. Try me as suicidal, dirty's how I do my rival. And you can get it too, courtesy, just for moving spiteful. Clash that is critical, emergency, let the brain invite you. That boy impeccable, certainly out the winner's circle. Show me respect, there was curtains earning, my dinner's purple. Bentleys, Benzes, forming a line with no rehearsal. Drugs, syringes, never clean up the gold commercial. Bury all your beef today, or regret it tomorrow. We're like 100 G's away, bulletproof in the car. And I'ma make it either way, bitch, I shoot for the stars. Feel like I'm trapped in the yard, Mr. Stupid with bars. Alien backing in charge, giving the studio scars. Jam-packed in garage, I'm the coolest by far. Hard to pinpoint what I'm doing, a human or strange. Fuck them all, I dust through them, just cruising the lane.
Stash house, pitbull, cameras at the corner store. It's hard for you to get through. I don't like your energy, I don't deal with suckers. You hate us and we hate you, suck dick, motherfuckers. Niggas got a good pull. Stash house, pitbull, cameras at the corner store. It's hard for you to get through. I don't like your energy, we don't deal with suckers. You hate us and we hate you, suck dick, motherfuckers. Shit.
I swear to grace, I would've gave my life for a couple of niggas that would've never did me right. These are the breaks that you learn during night when you fighting the case or you fighting for your life with some niggas from the other side that dump it on sight. You learn who's who when you go to war. That's why I do my dirt alone, so I know for sure. Life's a bitch, true indeed, God. Yeah, I know.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Let's see how this goes. I got my Kamala Harris sweatshirt on, so I'm about to let the dog out. I'm home from work, so I'm gonna let Charlie out. And I intentionally threw my Kamala Harris sweatshirt on because I'll be liking people to see me in it, to see their facial reactions, and you know what I mean, and just see. That's my way of letting people know, hey, I was on the proper side of things here. You know what I mean? You kind of show off like, yep. All right, y'all. Come on, Charlie, let's go outside. All right, let's do this, Charlie. Let's go. Oh, I gotta take that garbage, too. I'll do that shit later. Come on. Take that out later. Yeah. Y'all can call it petty or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's a game I like to play. Because, you know, there's a lot of them Trumpers. They got buyer's remorse. They just will never admit it. I mean, in their head when they're talking to themselves and maybe their family members and stuff, they'll admit it and have an honest conversation. But just regular everyday people, they'll never admit that they were wrong. That's what I was saying. My conscience is clear. I was supporting the proper person. Mm-hmm. Right, Charlie? We were going for Harris. I can't wait to 2028 when I can vote. Like I said, I'm voting Democrat, 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 Democrat. I'm going to be out there with my mother and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Signatures and knocking on doors and all that. Yeah, I'll be able to do other things, you know what I'm saying? I got some things planned. So, all right, let's see. I got to get some change, too. Okay. Hold on, Charlie. Change. Oh, here, we'll do it after. Come on. After. Ooh. It's crazy, like, when you want to run into people or whatever, like, no one's ever around. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as you... But when you don't want to run into people, they're everywhere. Y'all notice that? All right, come on. Let's be quick, Charlie. Come on. Ooh, nice long ass piss. Come on, Bubba. Long ass piss. See, they'll be having this soft out here all over the place, and then it gets in the paws and shit. I was hating that shit. Have a good day, y'all. Thank you. Charlie, come over here, Bubba. Come here. Good to go? You good? I might have to pick you up. Come here. Gotcha. I had to pick him up and bring him in because there's salt caught in his pads. Come on, Charlie. Man, they got to be better with that, with the shoveling and the salting. This cord makes it. Okay, come on, Bubba. Here, you know what? You don't even need this. Come on, Bubba. Yeah. Y'all can probably hear the salt and all that shit in my shoes on the ground. Listen. Listen to that shit. Come on, Bubba. Shit. Yeah, I ran into a couple people, you know what I'm saying? They were like leaving the building and getting into their car. And there were other black people too, so there's a good chance that they were Harris supporters as well. They didn't give me any like odd looks. Like that second look, like So I think that was all good.
Okay. Let's get you out your winter gear.
It's like a task. Taking the dogs in and out, yeah. I don't know, like we might consider moving, but I don't know, it's kind of up in there. It's probably like 50-50. Because, you know, although like, because y'all got to think about, like, part of the reason is like Michelle was saying last night, like, we're paying, you know what I'm saying, like $1,400 a month, you know what I'm saying, for rent. And although a couple of things are included, you know what I'm saying, it's still like, just some of the stuff around here is just like, and then, you know, the rent went up. It's just like, well, why did the rent go up? We're not seeing any improvements. We're not seeing anything new around here. The Amazon lockers that you guys got, they're not even functional. They don't even work yet. It's still packages just sitting on the ground outside the Amazon locker. Shit should be up and running. You guys took the vending machines away. Not that we really use them, I'm saying, but you took stuff away. You know what I'm saying? So where are the improvements? It's not like you guys built a new game room or you built a conference room or you put new locks on the doors or you did this or did that. You know what I mean? Stuff that we can see. You know, like, oh, okay, maybe that's where some of our money went for this or that. Like, you can see actual stuff. You know, it's nothing. You know what I mean? So, and then, you know, you got people's packages getting stolen and shit, like, you know, here and there. I'm sure, you know, that happens in almost every apartment building, but, you know what I mean? So, it's just like, you just kind of feel like it ain't worth it. I mean, even though our apartment is nice as hell, it's nice as hell. We got tons, our apartment is huge. You know what I mean? Like, we got 2 bathrooms, you know, shower bath, 2 full bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, big ass living room. Our bedroom, well, which is supposed to be the main bedroom, is huge. You know, it's got like the ensuite, you know, it's bedroom and then it's got a bathroom connected to it. But we're using the middle room. It's smaller, but we use the middle room, you know what I mean? So we have tons of space, you know, to shower, all that shit. So, like, it's great underground parking and stuff like that, but it's just, man. And it seems like a lot of people are moving out of our building, too. So, we'll see what happens. But, yeah. So, I picked Michelle up some more flowers. So, I'm going to give her those when she gets home from work. I got her a card and stuff. And I grabbed her a little something yesterday as well. And then we got our staycation tomorrow. We're just going to be chilling. Yeah, we're going to be downtown. And, yeah, that's it. All right, y'all. Looking forward to getting my taxes back, too. I probably won't get a lot back, but I'll probably catch at least a few $100 or something. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Trumpers. You know what I mean? And you might be able to be honest with yourself. Well, at least you'll think about it, because it's like we're not standing here in front of each other. So, you know what I mean? To where it could turn into an argument, or where you could just make some BS up or whatever, or deny it or whatever. So, like, you'll actually have to go and think about it now, because it'll be lingering in your head. You know what I mean? And always remember, you cannot lie to yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. But here's my question for you Trumpers. So, you guys are all bent out of shape, upset, mad, whatever you want to call it, right? Didn't like it, whatever words you want to put on it and all that stuff or whatever, you know, because we all talk different and sound different. So anyways, whatever words you want to call it, you guys are all upset and mad and January 6th rioting and all that shit, right? And you guys were pissed when Trump was being investigated, when he got impeached, when he got criminally charged, when they were, you know what I'm saying, basically shaking him down for all the bullshit he was doing their jobs. It's cause and effect. You do something wrong, if it's criminal, police are going to step in, look into it, district attorney, just like all that, right? That's just how that shit works. You know what I mean? Like, I had to go through all that. I committed a crime. I got arrested. I had to go to court. I had to go to court. I got sentenced. I went to prison. I did my time. I got out. And now I'm doing good, right? So, like, that's what I'm saying, though. That's why some of this stuff would be pissing me off when I sit back and see. I'm like, man, all the shit I had to go through, and I had to just sit back and keep my mouth shut. Like, people don't seem to understand, like, when it comes to the court system, the criminal system, and, like, the courthouses and all that shit, and laws and all that stuff, you ain't got no wins. Unless you have not committed that crime, you get yourself a good attorney, a paid attorney, you fight it, and you do all of that, and, you know, hopefully things turn out your way, right? But, like, there's a process with all that stuff. Whether you end up being guilty or innocent or whatever, there's steps and all that. You can't just come in and be like, because a DA charged you with this or because the judge made this ruling on this, you can't just come in and be like, no, they can't do that. No, they shouldn't be there. Dude, that's their job, dude. It's called laws. When it comes to that work, that's a whole different world. You can't just do what you want to do. Everything is a waiting game. Everything is in order. Everything is a process. Everything is super legal. You can't just, like people are all bent out of shape and shit because Trump, they were mad. They didn't want Trump to have a booking photo. To this day, and don't quote me, but I remember back then, when he was going back and forth to I think it was Georgia or the New York court. And yeah, because he was all crying about how shitty the jail was and how it smelled and all. Dude, that's how that shit is. That's how jails are, man. Not wanting handcuffs and all that shit. Dude, when you go to jail and you get arrested, you get your picture taken. That's just part of the process, man. Everyone does. You're not special. You don't get to not take a picture because you're the president. You commit a crime or you get booked, you all get fingerprints and all that shit. All of it. It's called a booking photo. Dummies. So it's just like they think, like these Trumpers think they can sidestep all these. Like, it don't work like that, man. And nobody can tell me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know I say this a lot, but it's true. I've been through all that shit. I've been the guy that's been sitting there going to intake court, preliminary court, all that shit, pre-trial, sentencing, sitting there in front of the judge, all this and all that. I know how that stuff works. I know the process. Going from county jail, MSDF, House of Correction, prison, all that stuff, Dodge. I know all that stuff works, boot camp. Earn release program. I've been to Waupun. I've been to these max joints. I've been to Portage. I've been to RCI. I've been to Fox Lake. I've been to Red Granite. Red Granite, FYI, Red Granite's a medium max prison here. I don't know if they've reclassified it. I doubt it. But if you go and look up Red Granite Institution Prison here, it's technically considered a medium max prison. And they built it, like when they built that place, I think they took it from I believe one of the officers there had told us, I don't forget who it was, they told us, a staff member, said that they constructed it and like the architecture and the design was all based after a California prison. Because they have medium max joints out there and too, like different custody levels, but that's how they was. Because I'm just getting all off on different stuff now, but because when you're at Red Granite, like they walked us everywhere. To rec, that means gym, to the library, all that stuff. You ate chow in your unit, but like they walked you everywhere. But anyways, getting back to my point. My whole point was to ask, so you guys were all upset, right, when they were investigating Trump, right, doing their jobs, right? That's what they get paid to do. Someone commits a crime, paperwork gets filed. DA has to look at all the stuff, do what they got to do, you know what I'm saying? The defendant gets a defense attorney, they do what they got to do, you go back and forth to court. You know, it's just the process, right? So Trump supporters and Trump and his people were all upset that he was being looked into. All the stuff he was doing, or, you know what I'm saying? People were upset that he was being investigated by authorities and whoever, right? All, you know what I'm saying? The Department of Justice, all these, the feds, all that shit. He was there. All his people were upset when he was being looked into. But now they're okay with him, because now, look, all this shit Trump and Elon are doing. They're firing people and looking into these organizations and into these departments and looking at the books and checking this and doing that and just basically shaking people down, right? You Trump supporters, you're all good with him doing it to other people that haven't committed crime. Dudes firing people and just all this shit that are just federal workers. They haven't committed crimes and all that shit, but they're being fired and let go and all that shit. So you guys are okay with him doing all that. Just the act of looking into people and investigating and doing all this. You're okay with him doing it to other people, but you had a problem with it when it was being done to him. So can y'all, like, I'm just trying to have y'all make some sense to me. Because it's hypocritical. How isn't that hypocritical? Tell me. You can't tell me because you're not here. But how is that not hypocritical? I'm going to ask one more time. How is that not hypocritical? You guys are okay with him firing and doing all this digging into this and that and shaking people down and getting rid of this department and firing these people. You're okay with that. You guys are fine with that. I hear you guys saying it. But you weren't okay when it was being done to him. Why is that? Why is that? And none of y'all know Trump personally. You don't know what he does every day. How do you know he didn't commit any of them crimes? How do you know he didn't sexually assault women? How do you know he wasn't stealing money? How do you know that? You don't. You don't. But y'all were still willing to back him and kiss his ass and shit. That's one of the things I can't stand the most, is when you have somebody black or brown, like, arguing with someone else black and brown about Trump. Like I heard, the other day I heard it was on the radio. It was a black lady. She called up and started arguing with the host. You know what I mean? That was like basically, she's gonna bitch and complain at the Democrat and stick up for the white racist man. Because at the end of the day, that's what she did. If you're somebody black or brown and you support a Trump, or you get to arguing and debating with somebody else black that's not a Trump supporter, you're basically sticking up for racism. Tell me how you're not. Tell me how you're not. Okay, look, I'm a Democrat, right? So let's say I'm sitting here, right, and you're a black Republican, and me and you get to debating about stuff, right? And then your talking points are you're sticking up for Trump. You're backing everything he says. You're saying how you like this, that he does this, and he's doing that, and you're okay with it, right? So you're sticking up for that racist white man. Because I'm against Trump. I'm against the racism. I'm against all the bullshit he's doing. And you arguing with me about it, that means you're for him. So you're sticking up for him against me, someone that looks like you. What the fuck is that? That's what I was saying, like, everyone's talking about, like, why this shit, like, dude, like, it's really that simple, man. This race was about race. It was. And I don't understand, like, why I just don't. I don't understand why black and brown people, unless you hate who you are, unless you hate being black or brown and you wish you were white. Because that's what I'm beginning to think with some of these people that supported Trump. And then their arguments and their talking points would be based off just dumb stuff and they're just the naivety. You're like, really? That's what you think is going on? Like, you're just dumb. Come on, y'all. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just, yeah. And it gets frustrating and shit. And like I was saying, that's what leads me to just, like, that's the conclusion I come to. I'm like, they either don't care about who they are as a person, or they'd rather be white. Because why would you be sticking up for that? We all know Trump is a racist. We all know that. We all know that. We've all heard, you know what I mean? We've all heard the stuff. People are like, I gotta still look into things. I don't know who I'm picking yet. What do you mean? There should be nothing to figure out. There should be nothing to think about. There should be nothing to consider. What are you considering? Dude is a racist. You're black. You're Latin. He's a racist. Why would you support that? It's really that fucking simple. There's nothing else to talk about. It's that simple. It's that simple. And I thought we all hated racism. I thought white people didn't like racism either, because they sure do get bent out of shape when you call them one, or they think you've called them one. So then who's racist? If anytime you call somebody a white person, they get bent out of shape and, how dare you call me a racist? I'm not racist. I have one black friend. That don't mean shit. Or when they say, I'm not racist, my girlfriend's black, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That just means you're attracted to black women. That don't mean that you're not a racist and that you don't, that means, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It'll just be killing me the way people, like, some people's like kindergarten thinking. That's what I call it. It's like kindergarten thinking. You know what I'm saying? Man. But yeah, so back to that before I get going. So for you Trumpers and you MAGAs, you guys were okay, or I'm saying you guys are okay with them doing all this firing and digging into these departments and shaking people down. You're all okay with that. You're good with that, because I hear you saying it. Black and white Trumpers, I hear y'all saying it. American cruise. But you had a problem with it when it was happening to him and his people. So what's the what? I don't understand. Hit me up if you can make that make some sense to me. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Peace. And that's that. Yeah. Just home from work. About to go get Michelle in about an hour. I'm just watching America's Test Kitchen and shit. And I was just ranting and raving a little bit. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what they're making. Ooh, some pork chops.
What are the 3 most magical words that this girl can hear? Is it, I love you? Well, I do, but it's actually fried pork chop. Absolutely love them. Crispy, crunchy, doesn't matter. I'm going to come running. Now, Elle's here, and she's going to show us a great version from Taiwan called Za Pai Go. I can't wait to try this.
You know, when I'm traveling, I'm always looking for the local food. I want to eat what the locals are eating, and in Taiwan, it's Za Pai Go. It's the it dish.
It's the it dish?
Yes.
Why they gotta have somebody black doing the pork chops? That's racist.
Pork chop, but in a delicious
No, I'm just playing.
and savory marinade. We're going to start with a tablespoon of soy sauce. I also have 1 tablespoon of Taiwanese sliced wine. You can use sake or any clear rice wine. 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of water, 3/4 teaspoons of Chinese spice. Very fragrant. I love it. A half teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper.
All right. There's some potent flavors in there.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm just going to give this a whisk. So the use of pork in Taiwanese food cannot be overstated. Very much a primary meat option, and I'm not mad at it.
No.
Honestly. So we're going to start with 2 8-ounce bone-in pork chops. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to cover this chop with some plastic.
Okay.
And we're going to flatten this chop to about 1/4 inch. Bone is kind of our barrier, so try to avoid it if you can.
Okay.
Take, for example, this guy standing over here in the corner. A lot of us will recognize him. Did a poem one time called The Watergate Blues. And in the Watergate Blues, hey, straighten it up over here. In the Watergate Blues, one of the big lines that we delivered was that if Nixon knew, Ag knew. question was, who was around where Hale Boggs died, and what was the cause of LBJ's untimely demise? And what really happened to J. Edgar Hoover? The king is proud of Patrick Gray, while America's faith is drowning beneath a cesspool called Watergate. The candle was passed on from Nixon to Oatmeal Man, you see. As a matter of fact, when Oatmeal Man inherited the presidency some few years ago, well, matter of fact, he looks a little bit more on the job now than he did while he was president. Spent a brief time in the White House and then passed it on to Skippy, who was the victim, or at least the guy who came in second in the last election, collecting 21% of the registered votes.
It's a massive irony for all the world to see. It's the nation's capital, it's Washington, D.C. It's the nation's capital, it's the nation's capital, it's the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. It's the nation's capital, it's the nation's capital, it's the nation's capital, it's Washington, D.C.
From the Indians, welcome to Pilgrims, and to the buffalo that once ruled the plain. Like the vultures, circling beneath the dark clouds, looking for the rain. Yes, they've been looking for the rain. Just like the city, the stagger on the coastline, living in a nation that just can't take much more.
Let's listen to some buyer's remorse, y'all. This is a white MAGA lady. She's having buyer's remorse. Let's see what she's talking about. Let's see what she has buyer's remorse about. It says Ohio MAGA farmers request their votes now. Oh, regret, my bad. It says Ohio MAGA farmers regret their votes now. Let's listen to what she's talking about. This is a white lady.
Yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon of saying that I regret my vote for Trump. My whole family does. My husband and I own a farm in Ohio that was funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Biden signed into law. And now the executive orders from Trump are rolling back all of that funding for us, so now we can no longer afford our farm. And when all that happened, it was like a lightning bolt hit my brain, and I realized that I shouldn't just be voting for myself, that Trump's policies and EOs are hurting millions of people, but it took it affecting me personally to understand what I had done was wrong, and I think...
See, that's a problem with people. People are voting selfish. A lot of selfish voters just voting like for their specific needs. Either that or they were voting on shit that really didn't matter. Like people here in Wisconsin voting on the border. You're thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from that damn border. The fuck are you worried about? I don't feel bad for these people though that supported Trump and now they're having buyer's remorse or realizing they fucked up. I don't feel bad for them. Because the damn country was trying to tell y'all that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, look, read Project 2025. All of this stuff is in there. All of this shit that they're doing is in that Project 2025. It was just so many goddamn pages of that stuff, nobody wanted to take time to read it. You know what I mean? And this is a white lady right here. I don't feel bad for her. I'm glad she came to her senses, but it's too late. And I don't feel bad for them. Because it's like, why couldn't you have just listened to us back then? That's, so yeah.
It's really important for anyone to come out who voted for him and is now negatively impacted by the executive orders, or maybe you have friends or family, especially in minority communities, who are being very heavily impacted by what's going on right now. So, yeah, I think it's time for us to stop being so selfish, maybe, and to vote for what's best for the country instead of just in our tiny little bubble, because we're all in the same boat now, and we're all equally screwed by our new president.
The crazy part, and I just said it, I know I sound like a broken record, but, like, we were telling y'all all of that. You know what I mean? So that's why when you hear people like me saying, like, man, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them. They should have listened. They should have listened. It's the truth. They should have listened. They should have listened. So, but like, that's what I said. And y'all heard her too. And I just said it before I finished playing the clip. There are a lot of selfish voters this time around. I mean, literally going out and voting, like, just for themselves. Like, no team game, no team concept, or no, like, even if you're someone whose life is great, or you know, for the most part, you don't have a ton of shit to worry about, or, you know what I mean? Even someone in that position, it's like, how about, okay, your life might be all great, but the next person's might not. So why not go and vote on their behalf? You know what I mean? Same thing with, like, black and brown people, like the little 10 or 12% or whatever y'all that supported Trump. It's like we were trying to tell y'all the whole time. It's like, instead of listening to us or trusting us, you guys put your faith in a racist old white man that's hell-bent on revenge. Everything he's doing now is bent on revenge. Taking this away, firing this person, doing that, stripping this down, taking that away. It's all vindictiveness. That's why they're digging all into them, you know, these organizations and these departments and stuff like that. Because those, you know, these are the people that were looking into me and making my life hell and charging me and doing all this and this and that. I'm going to get them back. And it's crazy that people just can't see that. Take it for what it is, realize what he's doing, and being like, oh, okay. But, yeah. Like that lady said, like, people need to stop being selfish. But see, here's the thing. It's too late. It's too late. But see, these are the conversations when people are having those conversations. Like someone like Michelle and I can be like, oh, well, we don't have to feel guilty. We were supporting Harris. You know what I mean? So, like, we don't have to go through any of that shit. Like, damn, what did I do? You know? We did what we were supposed to do. But, like I was telling Michelle, like, in reality, it boiled down to white people just not supporting Harris enough. Because let's face it, y'all didn't even need the black vote for Trump to win. The black and brown, the black people that supported Trump, they just helped inflate the numbers. But he could have won without their vote. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? So, and that's why he knew that too. He knew he was going to win. That's why he was just up there just talking all that shit during the election. Y'all, you know, like right around, dude was just talking cash shit. 3 Israeli former hostages now in IDF custody. Yeah, just up watching the news early before the worms and the birds, y'all. It's Saturday, though. I hope everyone's Valentine's Day went well. We got our staycation planned today. So we're going to be heading out to do that later this afternoon, like around about 2 o'clock. So, yeah. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys celebrated. Valentine's Day was good. For those of you that did not partake in it, you know what I mean? It was just another day for you. I understand that too. You know what I mean? Because, like, Michelle and I were saying, like, Valentine's Day might not be all that special for somebody. They might have broke up with their significant other last year, or their husband or wife might have died last year, or whatever, you know, or whatever. So, you know, like I would say, like, during these holidays and, like, all these things, like, it's not all great for everybody. There's some people that are either suffering, you know what I mean, because someone's not around, or they just, you know, whatever, or they just don't partake in stuff. So, like, while people are always celebrating everything, you just got to keep in mind, everyone's not doing that. So, all right, y'all, but it's Saturday. I'm about to have some Cafe. Shout out Collectivo Coffee. Yeah. Let the dog out in a little bit, and then start watching the news. So enjoy the music, the content, and the clips. All right? And thanks for listening.
Forensic scientists performed a second, more discriminating DNA test of the killer's DNA using RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism. At the time, RFLP was the most discriminating DNA test available. RFLP measured various sections of the killer's DNA to determine the lengths unique to that individual.
My little man Jamel is fresh out of jail, he dead broke, and it looks like he thinking of raising hell, cause his mans ain't treating him right, and his ends ain't meeting him right, and he ain't eating that right, he got nightmares, so he ain't even sleeping at night, he get the hoodie and the gun, he be creeping at night, Mixtrap.com. Yeah, and the big nigga, knocking off practice, mad raps in the crib, nigga, his mom's stressed out, his girl is tired of him, cross town niggas catch his ass, they gon' find on him. He wanna leave now, but he can't relocate. Just enough cash for his soap and his Colgate. Barely enough clothes, barely enough kicks. Living on some rough shit, so he on some tough shit.
Down of the street, just trying to stay alive. Looking up to the sky, but you get no reply. We keep on praying. Changing.
Go, Steve Lock, you know? Ain't nothing changing but the drawers and the socks before rap. I was on tour selling rocks. My hype man was a Glock, had to stand nice, but now my nightstand got a watch that these niggas never saw before. Like I ain't stick shit, like I ain't sell raw before. My general ranks a 5-star. Always been ready to die, that's why I'm alive, y'all. It's old Ghost, a young surf. I'm in the long money and gun work. Wanna talk funds, though. Let me hit the blunt first. Say something I don't like, I let the gun jerk. You push me, I pull of shit. Always been an asshole, but never been full of shit. Think about life on some coulda, woulda, shoulda shit. Ain't nothing changed, my nigga. How hood is this?
In and out of the streets, just trying to stay alive. Looking up to the sky, but you get no reply. We just keep praying. Whoa, but they ain't changing.
3 days before the end of the Biden administration, the Homeland Security Department granted Venezuelans an extension. But a few days later, the new administration reversed that decision and has now announced that protected status is ending. 350,000 Venezuelans will be at risk for deportation in April. Congress created the Temporary Protected Status Program in 1990 to prevent deportations to countries dealing with natural disasters or civil upheaval. Migrants are here legally, but they do not have a pathway to citizenship. The announcement posted in the Federal Register says that the Secretary of Homeland Security has determined that Venezuela no longer continues to meet the conditions for the 2023 designation. But a lot of Venezuelans say that it's still not safe to send people back to their home country as long as Nicolas Maduro is in power.
Some Venezuelan Trump supporters say they feel betrayed. We tried telling y'all.
Pinheiro is one of them. He's a member of the city council in Doral. Councilman Pinheiro, thank you very much for being with me. Let me start here with what this cancellation, the uncertainty, means for your community.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity, Victor. It's a great pleasure to be with you this morning. As you mentioned, for close to 40% of my community are Venezuelans. I was born in Venezuela, came here 26 years ago with my family for the same reasons that a lot of Venezuelans are here today, which is escaping back then from the Hugo Chavez regime, now the Maduro's regime. It is certainly a reason for me, not only I have the obligation, but certainly I feel the duty to represent my community and to tell the administration that, yes, I'm a Republican, by the way, but when things...
Ain't no but, dude. You should have voted for Harris, dummy. I don't feel bad for you.
I come forward and say, I'm not trained at Iowa. My family didn't come out from a mental institution. So here I am.
Well, you know he was saying all that before, so why would you support him, dummy?
His administration to help us and to help our community to find a permanent status here in the country. We have good Venezuelans, professionals, good families here in our communities.
Speaking of those generalizations, here's Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem on revoking Venezuelans' protected status.
For 18 months, they were going to extend this protection to people that are on temporary protected status, which meant they were going to be able to stay here and violate our laws for another 18 months, and we stopped that. We are going to follow the process of valuing...
Another racist white adult female, Kristi Noem, stinking-ass racist.
I was in New York City yesterday, and the people of this country want these dirtbags.
She has tons of Botox on her face.
Listen, the administration knows that TPS doesn't protect violent criminals. It doesn't protect drug traffickers. They can deport members of Tren de Aragua without revoking TPS. So the question is, why did they? If they knew everything you told me about the Venezuelans in this country, why did they do it? What's your...
They're racist.
Assessment? Why do you believe...
Let's keep it simple.
Listen, I understand at the same time we had to restore law and order in our country. The 4 years of the Biden administration with open border policy was certainly a disaster. Now we're paying the consequences.
I've heard enough. So on a side note, Sesame Street legend reacts to DEI changes at PBS.